Hey, what's up, preppers? This is Prep Geek 78, and I've got a video here about my SE5 and the survival pouch that I made for it. This is an actual Esee brand pouch, and when I went to do this project, I received this pouch, and I found that it was a bit small for my taste. I actually wanted to do 2 tins inside the pouch. You can see there was they come with a little Esee tin, which is exact same size as a Altoids tin, and they are kind of a thin, flimsy, light, and they've been really easy. This one's already dented and it's never really been used, and they just weren't very rigid. So I got to doing some research and found some really sturdy tins on CountyCom, and that is a fantastic site for preppers and EDC guys that are looking for quality gear. So check it out. I'll put the link in the description. So when I got this pouch, I was a little bit disappointed. Not that it's low quality or anything, it just wasn't big enough for the project that I had in mind. So I opted to search out a larger pouch. And that's when I found this bad boy. This is a Condor pouch. You can see it's pretty thick. It's about 3 inches thick when it's fully stuffed. It's high quality nylon, and I noticed that the buckle was quite a bit smaller than the one that was on the Esee pouch. And so what I did was I cut there was a MOLLE webbing on the back, and I cut the MOLLE webbing off, and I used a hot soldering iron to punch holes in it for the screws to mount it to the sheath. And so it's pretty sturdy. It's definitely on there. It's very secure, and pretty happy with it overall. Let's get to what's inside here. So there's a front pouch that opens up like so. Inside I have is this a Light My Fire 2.0 fire steel. A very good fire steel. And here we have, sorry about that. This was I do believe this is a Gerber brand sharpening steel. Goes together like so. And there's a diamond steel, and it's decent quality. It will put an edge on a knife in a pinch, but it's got a clip on it, which was what I needed for this particular setup, so it could sit on the outside of the pouch there, and it serves its purpose. An emergency sharpening steel. And over here we have, this is a Bushnell little mini light. It's a little LED, takes a single AAA battery. Compact, pretty heavy duty frame on it. I think it's around 150 lumens. Definitely not gonna have a lot of throw. It's more of a floody type of light, but in a pinch it's better than nothing. Fits on the outside of the pouch quite well. Moving inside here, we have sealed inside of a bag, really in there. This is a Mylar emergency blanket, and this is a mini Altoids 10 that has fishing gear inside of it. It was perfect for what I needed. Very compact and fits in the front there. It's got a bunch of gear in it. I'll show you that real quick. We'll retape it later. And we got lures, line, hooks, a few small bobbers. There's weights in there. There's probably about 3 or 4 different kinds of lures, and mainly for, you know, crappie and bluegill and just your average panfish that can be caught anywhere in Texas. So when you're out in the woods, you can grab some fish and have a nice meal. That's it for the front pouch. This pouch does have nice heavy-duty zippers. It's Condor, so it's decent quality. Folding it open here, we have, of course, some paracord. Actually, I do believe this is heavy-duty nylon cord. And these are the County Com 10s. Now, these are extremely rigid. These were made, they're military grade. They're much thicker than an Altoids 10 or even the Esee 10s. They get a better seal. They don't bend. They're more reflective and just generally a little bit thicker than an Altoids 10 as well. And I'm able to fit 2 of these inside this Condor pouch. This is the medical kit that I have put together. It's got, you know, your basic medical stuff, some gauze and some band-aids and some various ointments and you know, maybe some ibuprofen, and I do believe also I have some water purification tabs in here and things like that. I'm not going to unpack it because everybody's seen a med kit, they know what's in it, so wouldn't want to waste your time. Now, I live in Texas, and I feel like this is a very important item to have in your emergency survival 10 kit or whatever you have, and you should have this on you at all times. Some type of insect repellent. This is looks like a 30 deep Benz insect repellent wipes, and I've got 2 of those in there. And I do believe, yes, 2 more in the back side, so 4 total. They last like 10 hours, so this is plenty to get you through days. Here I've got a roll of duct tape with some heavy, like 50-pound test fishing line wrapped around it for trip line, snares, whatever you want to make out of it. And moving on to the gear tin. And here are survival tools. And I managed to pack quite a lot in this can. Pretty happy with it so far. I'm sure that, you know, some things will change and get added or removed. You know, some fire tenders here. A pair of foam earplugs. This is some heavy-duty tripwire for making snares, or, you know, whatever you may need to lash with some wire. This is actually a measuring tape. It's a soft rolled kind. Thought that would be useful for measuring out cordage and stuff for making shelters and whatnot. You could probably make a shelter out of this Mylar blanket I have if necessary. So I got that. And of course you got your mini Bic for fire. There's a button compass. Very useful for obvious reasons. Here's a nano light. More light for the nighttime. You can, you know, use this in your shelter. It's pretty long lasting battery, and it's dim, so you're not going to alert people to your position very much. And here we have, this is some heavy duty picture hanger wire with the vinyl jacket around it. And this is a really heavy duty wire. It will not break. I figure it's very useful for possibly making a bowstring, a tripwire, some kind of trap, something like that. It's a pretty good wire to have. Obviously a small Swiss Army knife is very useful. And this is a Gerber dime that has seen better days. It's had a lot of usage. Handy little tool, fits in the tin just right. And of course we got 2 sheets of tin foil for cooking up our fish. And last but not least, we have a nice little jigsaw blade, and this can be lashed to a stick and used to scale a fish or cut up some small tinder, whatever you may need it for. And there's a razor blade taped into the top of the tin here. And I'm still building this kit. There's a lot of other things that I can fit in here that I'm working on putting together. That's about it for that. And that covers it. So let's move all this stuff out of the way here. A very handy pouch. I'm very pleased with it. It was a much better decision than using the small Esee pouch. And there's my Esee 5 with the Ranger Green G10 tip scales from the Knife Connection. And this handle upgrade was a very wise decision. As you know, my Carta scales, they will take oils and they generally will soak up anything that touches them. I don't like that. I don't like my scales to be dirty looking and black and having a bunch of finger oils embedded in them. It's kind of gross, really. So this also has a palm swell. It fits much better in the hand than the factory Esee grips. Just overall very nice. And of course I've got it set up with a quick lanyard here, so you can grab a hold of that for chopping stuff. It's not going to fly out of your hand. That's about it for now. That's my Esee 5.